How's everybody doing? This is RadioRebelEars.com. Had a little slow start, but we already got her first guest. We got Steve Hybicki, a great multi-platinum mixing engineer, a good friend of mine, a mentor. We're going to go ahead and start it, so let me go ahead and bring it in. How you doing, Steve?
What up, Shouty?
Yeah, you know, a little late, but other than that, how you doing today?
I'm okay, man, you know, the usual.
Yeah, so I see you growing a beard now.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so real quick, Steve Hybicki's background, multi-platinum engineer. He's one of the lead mixing engineers for Air Drummers. Worked with Mike Will, Ray Schrimmer, Gucci Mane, Kanye West, Mariah Carey, Katy Perry. The list goes on, and the thing about it is he always willing to open up about his experience from, you know, recording, mixing. And real quick, just wanted to go off of, like, the last time we talked, you was telling me you was well, real quick, is there anything you want us to let us know that you're working on currently, or is there anybody new?
I just dropped a single with Chiefer.
Yeah, I saw that online, yeah.
That basically came out about 2 hours ago.
Okay. So I know you releasing like singles. Is it every other week or every month?
Yeah. My bad, I don't know why I cut out.
Yeah.
Probably once a month.
Once a month?
I'm gonna start doing that. Just cause. I mean, even if nobody's listening, like, I just got like too many good songs sitting in the stash. Like, just time to put it out, you know.
Oh yeah, I do agree on that. So I do know consistency is the key. I do know when always see like a new release of anybody under Ear Drummers, like the whole camp, you know, work together on making sure everybody knows about the new release coming out. And then, of course, like you were saying, you're going to release a track every month. Do you mix it yourself? Are you doing everything yourself?
I am, but I'm not even really going crazy with the mixes. Like, I probably will eventually, you know, do that. But like, as of right now, I'm just doing 2-track mixes and vocals. You know, like, there's a time and a place to go in on the mix, and I kind of have a hard time mixing my own records anyways. Like, I would rather have somebody else mix it if that's what was, you know, needed.
Yeah.
But so far the vibe is good with 2 tracks. You know, sometimes, like, if the vibe is already there, like, just leave it 2-track, you know?
Yeah. And I do know, I heard this from other engineers, like, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say hard, but your ears get used to like the sound of like the vocals when you record it, to the production. Did you produce it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that an issue that you have, or you just like rather have someone else to record you?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, if I produce the song, like, I feel like the whole point of getting somebody else to mix it is so that you can get another ear on it.
Yeah.
So maybe they can bring out something that they hear would make the song a hit. But like, if I'm producing the song hands on, like, I'll start to get in my head if I mix it too.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Like, you know, like if I collabed with somebody and, like, you know, the only thing I did was like add a melody or some little with the drums, then like it'd be easier. But like, if I made the beat by myself or arranged the song or was there with the artist, like the first single I did with Valerie Lightheart, like, you know, I had gotten somebody to do the melodies for her, so I was a part of writing the song. So like, if you're going that far hands-on with it, then it's kind of hard to be the mix engineer also.
Yeah, basically being the executive producer, you know, from start to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you invest in your time and basically your time and your skills into that. So with 2020, I know with COVID, a lot of things been stopping. I do know you've been traveling around countrywide, you know, coming back from Hawaii like a few months back in Wisconsin. How is everything so far with everything that's going on right now? Has it affected you, or are you still?
Not really. I mean, like, you know, I had to leave Hawaii a little bit earlier than what I anticipated, and then when I came back to Milwaukee, I was stuck in the house for a couple months. Other than that, no, not really. Hasn't really affected me too much. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of in chill mode either way. Like, I was already like in chill mode like before the coronavirus came. So
Yeah. And then I know, you know, I'm talking to a lot of people during COVID. Some people stay focused on learning new crafts, learning new skills. Some people streaming Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. What would you tell people who, like, you know, of course, everybody trying to find their way of staying focused. What's your way of, you know, staying, you know, right on track with what you're doing at the moment?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question. I mean, as of right now, I'm not really too focused on anything.
I can understand.
I guess in the past, I assume you're probably more talking about like when I was really going full in, like working 80 hours a week, being in the studio 16 hours a day. Like, it's not really, you know, as of right now, I'm spending like 5-10 hours a week in the studio, so it's not hard to focus on that. Like,
Yeah.
easy, you know.
Yeah.
But because of, well, I would say that the one thing that it does is because I'm not spending as much time working on music, I went back and got my Series 65 license to be a registered investment advisor. That's what I originally went to school for, was finance. So,
Oh, wow.
as far as, I guess that required a certain amount of focus, like forcing myself to study and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just tried to maintain a schedule of just making sure that I had studied for like 2 hours a day and stuff like that. So
Okay. Yeah, that's something right there, because I'm trying to remember exactly who said it. If you spend 10 hours thinking of something instead of 1 hour of actually doing it, then it is time wasted.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm still like, you know, I'm still focused on what I need to do. Like, if I have to do something, I just do it. You know, as far as like the mixes that I do have to do, obviously things have slowed down a little bit. I'm not in Atlanta, so I'm not quite in the mix the way I used to be. But when I got to do something, I just do it. You know, even if I'm tired or whatever, like, just got to do it.
Yeah. But I do know with the clientele that you do have, I know it's not hard for you to just like go to any studio, because I remember you was telling me, like, some studios you can just walk into and they automatically assume they're going to get the credit just because of your name itself. And I never really thought of that. Of course, you know, when you have like that much of a clout, it's easy for you to, like, you know, go to a prime patchwork studio saying like you might be working on Gucci Mane's next project. You know, how does that work for you?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to High Five Studios here in Milwaukee. It's actually a really nice studio here.
Yeah.
Not too far from where I'm staying in Milwaukee right now. And they let me use the studio whenever I want. You know, I told them I would put a plaque on the wall, and you know, I did the Lil Yachty Future. The hell's that song called? Pardon Me. I did Pardon Me there. I did Chief Keef's new single, the one he just dropped like 2 weeks ago, Bang Bang.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
And the one that he's about to drop. I did Dance Like No One's Watching, the one that Sway Lee just dropped. So I think I did a couple other ones there too, but those are probably the bigger ones most recently. But so yeah, I would assume that out of one of those, they're gonna get a plaque. You know,
I guess whenever it comes in, that's crazy though. But I do know that's like a lot of studios, they outsource their roles to different engineers. Of course, if you don't have if you can't guarantee a plaque on the wall, of course you got to pay for the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question I wanted to ask you, because I remember, when I was, watching you in the studio for, X amount of hours, watching you using different equipments here and there. I wanted to ask you when it comes to, the plugins itself, because I do know you use the R compressor, the EQ73 stock on Pro Tools, the Puig Chow 670. So when it comes to your template itself, how did you come up to create it? Because I remember you were telling me you use it to make sure you can go to different studios. But what made you create it? How you have it from 6-7 plugins on the aux?
As far as my recording template, it was strictly that. It was just finding something that worked in all situations, and as far as the actual settings, it just came. I think I was working with Usher.
Oh, really?
It was a writing camp for Usher, so I wasn't actually working with Usher. He would come in every once in a while, but it was Rock City, Sam Hook. I was working with a bunch of different writers, and they all had different voices. It was at the same studio, same mic and everything like that, but they all had different voices. So I basically just found a setting, on the R compressor and the EQs, and having them all work together that no matter who went in there, they sounded decent at least. Maybe not final mix quality, but good enough to get the point across. So it was really just kind of I think one day I just, I was working because I used to do it okay, somebody went in the booth and then they come out and I'd be like, okay, give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I got to make it sound good, but in that situation, you just got to, the next person's going in, they got an idea, next person, you don't have time to switch auxes, none of that shit. So I was just okay, I just got to figure out a way, no matter who's in there, I can just leave it on one aux, everybody running to the same aux, and they'll all sound decent. And I think basically it just happened one day. I was oh, you know what? I don't have to touch nothing. I can just leave it exactly like this. Everybody that goes in there sounds good. I was you know what? I should just make a template of this. I'm going to use this every fucking time. And sure enough, it worked. Every person I used it with, the songs will basically come out almost mixed already without me really having to do anything. So I was just okay. Just leave it like that.
Yeah, because of you, I actually have multiple templates and presets that makes any session I'm working on twice as fast, because I'm not worried about okay, I'm about to go into the studio, got to pull this plugin open, if I want to go ahead and cut the lows or whatever, it makes it a whole lot easier on that part. So another question I do have for you, because I don't think we ever talked about it. What is your favorite outdoor gear to because I know most of the time, depending on the studio you're at, you might be in the box, but is there one specific gear, you go to a studio and you're oh, I got to use that?
I really don't use too much outboard gear. I mean, if depending on how much time I got, I do running my auxes through the SSL board.
Yeah.
I running some stuff through the Neve, but I'm not even really adjusting anything. I'm just running it through it for color.
Yeah.
The SSL, I might lightly touch the EQ just a little bit, but it's mostly for the compressor. Like I do like the way that the analog compressor sounds on the SSL. I mean, honestly, the plugin is pretty damn close, though. Like,
Yeah.
the plugin gets you almost there. Really, if you run like two of them back to back, it sounds almost the same as the analog one. So I mean, I can't lie, I don't really see too much use in the analog. Like, there's certain very specific situations that I feel like it adds color, but to me, there's not like a whole lot of reason to use analog anymore, to be honest. So,
Yeah. So when it comes to the SSL plugin, which one are you talking about? Waves, UA?
yeah, Waves, G channel. I rock the G channel, you know. I mean the UA one is, I don't know. They're both good. They have a slightly different sound, but
Yeah.
I think I know how to work the G channel better. So I normally, you know, the Waves G channel better. So it's like I feel like the EQ on the UA one is better, but the compressor is more realistic on the Waves one.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm mostly using it for the compressor. Like, I can figure out a way around the EQ, you know?
Yeah.
So.
All right. And the last thing, have you learned something new? Because I know you always like working on a mix or a track. Is there something that, you know, just dawned to you like, oh, this is something I need to implement like right away?
No, I mean, not necessarily new, but I would say that my mixing style is changing, as it always does. Like, you know, for a good part of the last 5 years, I was going pretty heavy on parallel compressors and trying to make the 808, like, trying to like, how do I say it? Trying to trick people's ears when it comes to dynamics.
Yeah.
So, like, using the parallel compressors and making shit as loud as possible. And I think now, after doing that for so long, and everybody else caught onto that style, that I'm letting things breathe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Leaving more dynamics in there. Not so much worried about just making it super fucking loud, you know, because people are listening to this shit on off of their laptop now, you know, and sometimes when you push the shit too hard with parallel compressors and stuff, like, it doesn't sound good on a phone or a computer. So trying to find like a midway point when it comes to that.
Okay.
I don't ever use parallel compressors anymore, but I'm not parallel compressing the fuck out of everything quite as much as I used to.
Okay. Yeah, well, thank you for that, man. So,
especially because people are not in the clubs like they used to be. You know,
no one's in the club right now, unless you're risky.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, that's the whole reason why I was paralleling the shit out of everything, is because people were listening to it on big fucking speakers that can handle that shit. Right now, you know, it doesn't make sense to do that. Like, so, yeah. That's what's going on.
Well, I just want to say, you know, thank you for coming in, you know, giving me a chance to talk to you. It's been a minute since I've seen you, man. Next time, well, when it's safer, come back to Georgia. We'll kick it, set up a session, learn some new tricks from you. All
right. Sounds good, man.
All right. And for anybody who's trying to get in touch with Steve Hybicki, his IG is SteveHybicki. Like I said, very dope, talented mix engineer, a great friend of mine, mentor. And I just want to say thank you again for coming in, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, thanks.
All right. Okay, so that was Steve Hybicki. So real quick, so I can go ahead and let y'all know what's going on, because my next guest will be here any minute now. So my name is Ray at RebelEars.com. You can go ahead and check on the website. Got a lot of different episodes of podcasts on there, a lot of blogs on there. We also got packs to sell. We got the slime preset pack. We got the 420 preset pack. We got the Like and Throw sample pack, for producers who want to use some samples. I also got my ebook, The 10 Quick Tips to Be a Successful Audio Engineer. It took me a while to create because, like, some of the tips that I learned from Steve, I put in the book when I was going to school for audio engineering at SAE. And even when I was, running my own sessions at Castle Hill Studios and interning there, it was just a lot that I was learning. And actually, one of my instructor is coming on. His name is Bill Zimmerman. And, it was a lot that I learned from him from the aspect of, he is very talented to the point, like, I remember there was one instructor who didn't know how to use, I'm trying to remember if it was Logic or Ableton, because he had to come in his class to help him to use a software that he didn't know how to do. And it just made me aware of, like, anytime you have a session, you should always focus on exactly, like, what you need to learn and what's not necessary. Like, anytime I go to the studio, the first thing I look for is the signal flow. Like, okay, what kind of mic they're using, what the mic is plugged into, what kind of interface, what preamp are they using, is the interface, does it have like an EQ or a compressor already on it so I can go ahead and make the customized vocal chain. There's a lot of things in that nature that I do focus on, and it was very beneficial. Now anytime I go to the studio, that's the first thing I look at. So now I got my next speaker, good friend, amazing instructor, talented mixing engineer, guitarist of Reptile Room. Let me go ahead and bring in Bill Zimmerman. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, wonderful. It's been a minute since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. How you holding up in 2020?
Man, staying safe, staying inside with the family, but other than that, staying focused on learning something new. And I know with you always, every time I look at your posts online, you always either posting your new mixes or y'all having an interview with the band. So I just really want to talk to you about after you left SAE. I know you was working with Phil Tan, which is 3-time Grammy Award winner, amazing mixing engineer. How was that?
It's awesome. I still work with Phil all the time. So about a good amount of engineering stuff I do for other artists is still kind of the team with Phil.
Yeah.
I still work for him. I've been working for him for a really long time because I interned for him a long time ago, and then kind of took some time off and got some other jobs and stuff, and then we reconnected later around when I was teaching at SAE. So yeah, I'm still working with him. We just work very remotely, which has worked out really good this year. A lot of people in Europe, Korea, LA, of course, and so it's all very remote. It's just a lot of files back and forth and all that.
Yeah.
So it's made it, at least for people who are still wanting to work and stuff, it's made it about the same, I'm usually just holed up in my whole home studio here doing all that stuff. So it's been cool doing that. And yeah, I'm able to stay working remote. This is we're not supposed to be seeing anybody, so that's working out.
Oh yeah. Hold on real quick. So with you being, working from home, has it helped with your consistency, your flow of things? Because I know when you're in the studio, it's a different vibe. Or are you used to working at home?
I like to work at home for most of the stuff that I do. I do a lot of mixing. And then, of course, when I'm doing any of the original stuff with my group, we're working out of here, writing and just coming up with ideas and stuff. And so sometimes I think it's nice to have a private place to do all of that, especially when it comes to the work. For mixing in particular, I don't know that many people that like to mix with a bunch of people around or in different environments. They're just the more secure. like chill, I think it is, the better work is going to get done for the mix. Like recording, writing, and all of that is really fun in like a fast-paced environment, and then maybe in different places with different people. But like, I really like to spend my time mixing and like not really talk to anybody during it. So I like that. I like working at home for me.
Yeah, I can understand. It can be distracting, like when you're in mix mode and then people are just talking to you. Like you might be focused on like the snare hit and they talking to you like, oh man, I want the 808 or the hi-hat sound this way, or can you work on this instrument? And it just kind of like ruin the flow of things.
Yeah, it's because it's just like you just kind of follow your train of thought when you're mixing, and then you don't want too many trains of thoughts in the room because then it's all scrambled up. So yeah, I definitely appreciate the home studio for certain things like that. I have it set up exactly how I want. I have all the gear that I like to use, but it gets lonely though, for sure. You know.
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Times just doing email, working out of here. So.
But I remember you was doing that. I'm sorry to interrupt. I remember you were doing that at SAE too. Like we'll be in the class, you uploading a session, people would just be hitting you back and forth.
Yeah. I was. SAE was nice because I saw a lot of people every day, which was like fun to interact with that many people.
Yeah.
I saw like 60, 70 people in like a day, I think, because I always taught 2 classes back to back.
Yeah. And I was just talking a minute ago about, I'm trying to remember, I didn't put the instructor name, I know who it was, but it was one instructor that you had to come in his class and actually help him with a software. I'm trying to remember, was it Ableton or Logic?
Ableton was, I learned Ableton because no one at the time at SAE knew it, and no one really wanted to learn it because it's so different, and I guess a lot of people think it's weird.
Yeah.
So I kind of got into it, and just because I had to teach it, because I was the only one who like kind of knew about it. But I really love it. I use it for live shows now, and it's insane what it does. Like I run a fully programmed light show out of it. That's set up with backtracks, and then I have like 5 to 6 live MIDI instruments queued up with samples that we live on stage. Run 2 vocoder mics through it, all in real time while it's playing back the lights and everything. It's like just on my 2015 MacBook Pro, running like a full stage setup off of the laptop. I don't know if that's the smartest, most reliable thing, but Ableton at least is super dope at keeping all of that stuff rocking. So we have problems sometimes, but I wouldn't even be that familiar with Ableton if I didn't kind of like have to learn it back then, because no one else really wanted to learn it to teach it. So that's like the long explanation of that.
Yeah, but that's good. That's like anytime there's an issue, you already know automatically how to troubleshoot it because you experience with it. Like things of that nature, and someone might be like, well, I don't know how to do that. That's like second nature to you because you've been using it for so long.
Yeah, they never really have used it to make music, but yeah, using it for the live show, you kind of just remember all the key commands, and then like if I'm ever in a pinch, I usually can figure it out quick, which is good. Ableton's super dope. I love Ableton.
Okay. I actually got a question I've been wanting to ask you for years and never got a chance to. So this was back when you just left SAE working with Phil Tan. Was there like a secret where everybody has their own, like, I guess, tip or method they use? Is there something that you learned from Phil Tan that you use like to this day?
People have asked me that before. A lot of the stuff I've learned from Phil is maybe less about engineering and more about just like general workflow. Mm-hmm. He just works super hard and he's super consistent, and like when something comes in to mix or we get something to do, he just does it. There's no, like, I know a lot of people that kind of like will sit around and wait on something for a couple of days and then do it, like procrastinate before deadlines and stuff. Yeah. Definitely opposite of that. So I hope that some of that has rubbed off on me. And then, other than that, I think just his general approach I've pulled off, or that I've pulled from him, I guess, is like to not, he doesn't have like a system where he does like the same thing every time. Like, this is how I do kicks or this is how I do drums or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cliche thing you hear all the time, but he really approaches each song as the song, like he'll listen to it and just decide what that needs. Sometimes it's not really much of anything, and sometimes it is that it all needs to be like redone from the ground up. It kind of just depends.
Yeah.
So more so than like little like engineering tricks, I kind of learned to like listen first instead of touching stuff. Because I used to, as soon as I got something to work on, I just started touching everything. I started going, okay, it's time to like beef this up and get it sounding how I think it should sound. And I think in a little more time just listening now and trying to figure out how much it even needs my help. So I think that's like a thing that a lot of really successful engineers know, and that a bunch of us who are learning kind of takes you a while to get that like mindset, I guess, because we get so excited about jumping in and like changing stuff, So learning when to just leave it alone or slightly touch it and like understand someone else's vision for a song except for just your own vision for someone else's song. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's probably what super simple kind of like philosophy stuff, maybe like mixing philosophy.
Yeah, actually like get lost in the track before you even touch it. I understand that completely, because like automatically that should be something that you like try to slowly, like in a way, fall in love with the track. Even if it's not something that you listen to, it gives you time to at least like, okay, this is the direction they're going to. Let me at least sit down for a minute. So with you, how long, well, that would be hard to say because I know with every mix over there, it depends on how many tracks or 2 tracks, if it has a 2 track. How long does it normally take you to mix? Does it take like 2-3 days, or are you the type who can mix a song in a day and then go to the next one, or it just depends on the session itself?
I don't typically ever spend more than like a day on a mix.
Really?
Yeah, well, not if you look at the whole project, then it'll take more than a day because you go back and forth and stuff. But I usually won't spend more than a day on like a first draft, just because I get worried about, it depends on how well I know who I'm working for, because like I get worried about if I spend too long on something that's going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Huge waste of time for them and for me, because if I spend 2 days dialing in this style that's like not even close to what they want, and then I send it to them and they're like, yeah, this isn't what I want, we both just lost 2 days on the project, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess everyone do a little different, but like I try to kind of pump out something really fast just with my instincts, and off to them as a draft and be like, hey, this is my first idea, and just get the back and forth started quick, as quick as I can. When it's a new client, I usually will spend not 2 days mixing it, but I'll usually spend like a half a day mixing and then like a half a day listening and then maybe a little bit of adjustments the next day.
Yeah.
Just want to be confident on the first one I send. If it's someone I already have worked for before, then I kind of know what they want more so, and then I might even do it quicker and just be like, hey, this is kind of, what we normally do, and just shoot it off soon, because the valuable way to like finish, I guess, a mix is getting a little bit of the back and forth. You want them to be happy, so as soon as you can see what they're thinking, the sooner you guys can both think. So I try to not get stuck on stuff for too long. I try to move through it.
Okay, that's good right there, especially working with somebody new. Like, I guess it's easier working with someone on a consistent basis, and then, of course, with COVID, a lot of clients, especially new ones, is not circling as much as they used to because everybody is nervous of going to the studio, and then even, you know, putting their project in someone new who they probably heard from another person in their hands. So I can understand that. 100%.
Some people, everyone's looking for something a little different out of mixing, you know, like when they're off to get it mixed. Sometimes they just want a check of approval, and they don't really want you to, and they don't even know that that's what they want. You know, they're just like, I love the song, but I need to get it mixed, whatever that means. And then it goes to a mixer, and then the mixer like changes it, and then they get all confused. Whereas really, sort of like lift a couple problem areas, maybe, and give it back kind of how it is. And then other people are like, maybe don't like their song or their mix that much, like to begin with, and they're hoping like a mixer will just completely reshape it and bring this. So it's like those are two completely opposite jobs almost. So you gotta feel people out, and a lot of people won't know how to tell you which one they want first. Back and forth.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, and then, like, even on that aspect with me, because now, well, me and my partner and I, we normally, like, book sessions at Castle Hill, but we space it out because of fucking COVID. They have, like, a lot of hand sanitizer, a lot of stuff to wipe down, the equipment and all in that nature. So it is good on the fact that, you know, depending on who we work with, there's some people I don't like working with, there's some people I do like working with, but they will never know, because the thing is, you know, I'm doing my job. And, you know, it's something I love to do. And I just want to say, you know, thank you for, you know, I learned a lot from you at SAE. I just want to say thank you for, you know, just inspiring me, because you're always consistent with, you know, not just mixing, but doing what you love, especially, you know, with Reptile Room. And I just want to say, you know, thank you for that. And I have one more question for you. So, when you mix it, what are like your 5 go-to plugins that you usually have?
So any category, just like any plugin that I always grab, pretty much?
Yes. It could be for mixing, recording, you know, Wave, UAD, Omnisphere, that it really don't matter. Okay.
I'm going to try to not say any of the like common ones, but there are probably some of I've used the Waves before.
Oh yeah, the multi-band compressor.
Yeah, and I just use Waves presets. Like there's like 3 of them that I like a lot, and I just use them all the time. I really like playing with vocal synth, the isotope. It's less for mixing, more for fun stuff. But isotope vocal synth, you can do some really crazy, like triggered vocoding and like robot voices, and like write it on piano roll and get all sorts of stuff going on. So that thing's really fun. I like to put I don't know if these are my top 5. I'm just thinking of 5 off the top of my head.
Oh yeah. It don't have to be a top. Something that you like. You know, this is my go-to basically.
I use a bunch of Pro Tools stuff. A lot of times, like I said, I work really fast I just like click on stuff and move stuff, and I probably should try out more plugins, but I don't. I just click on stuff that's quick. So like I use the Pro Tools 7-band EQ constantly. I use Deverb, which I think a lot of people hate Deverb, but I use it as like my main reverb on like everything, kinda, which is funny. I really like it. And then the Pro Tools Spring Reverb is really cool too, but it's really specific, so that's for like an effect more so than like a vocal sound or something. Yeah. I use H delay, which I know it's like,
that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
It's a real common delay people like. I'm trying to think of something a little more different that I use a lot. I know there is one. I'm looking at my list.
So you working on the session right now?
Yeah, we've been working with these the band Reptile Room. We've been working with these like this Italian record label with like a bunch of dance music that we've been doing like feature vocals. Like they basically hire us to do features, and then we write and record it, send it back, and then they do what they do with it. So that's what I'm working on right now, because we have to send a couple in tonight. But I use one knob pumper all the time on stuff, because a lot of like synths and pads and things like that can kind of feel stale, or like hi-hat loops and stuff can kind of boring and flat or something.
Yeah.
Pumper, you can set it to different, it's always like automated to the tempo, but you can set it to different speeds and like pulses, and it'll just kind of like add a little bit of what feels like a groovy, like human feel to stuff. It's like an automatic side chain, but you can use it for different stuff than that. So that's probably my weird one that I use a lot.
Yeah, I use, what was it? It wasn't pumper. It was like fatter. I think that was like a one knob fatter. Yeah,
I have like 3 of them. I have driver and louder and pumper. But yeah, I mean, I love stuff like that because it's of wanting to create music and listen to it, do the work fast, than to like, I'm not like a gear nerd or a plug-in nerd. Like I like to spend more time like making music than like learning gear and stuff. So I don't know, balance there, but that's why I tend to just grab really stuff, and then if I need more complex, I'll find it, but I'd rather not.
All right. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and keep you because I know you still got, mixing to work on. I just want to say thank you for coming in, and we're going to be linking up soon again. So thank you.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. Have a good show.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. So that was Bill Zimmerman, one of my instructors when I was at SAE Institute. Like I said, dope mixing engineer. He's in the band Reptile Room, and you see his IG right there. So you could go ahead, follow him, hit him up. So our next speaker, we got Rob Pyramidion. He is a great friend of mine. Known him for years. Like, honestly, he is like my personal trainer at the moment. We go to Piedmont Park. We just went up there yesterday. We're going up there tomorrow, just work out. But right now we're going to get more in depth when it comes to like the golden ears, frequencies, and that nature. So let me go ahead and bring him in. How you doing, Ryan? How you doing?
What's up, man?
All right. So had to bring him back in. There we go. I see you. Yeah. So far, how you doing so far? You doing anything right now? Getting ready to?
No, I'm good. Just planning out the day, planning out the course. Studying.
Yeah. I don't know, like Keith. There we go. Yeah, always studying. Like I am too. Matter of fact, I'm studying more on the 432 frequency. 432.
Oh. Yeah, that's a powerful solfeggio frequency. Yeah, I came across it in the Quadrivium. That's where I first learned about it. That's one of my favorite books and topics to study. This book right here. Check it out.
Oh, Quadrivium. Okay, yeah, I remember you were telling me about that book too. I actually get more on depth with that because it can like alter your mood. It's crazy, but a lot of people don't even know like different frequency range can like make you feel a sort of energy. It can put you in a good mood or a bad mood. Now this is something that I learned from Drummer Boy, who's a producer. So he said anytime you're in the studio and you're working on the bass like sub 808, what you can do, get like a glass of water or a cup of water and put it right, I think either on top or right next to the speaker, because different low frequencies will make, the water ripple like different, different motions. Yeah, and it's crazy.
Cymatics.
Yeah, because we're made of 75% water, so a certain frequency might just pump us up to just move around. don't even know why, but it's like not just the melody, it's like the low of it that's, making you, feel the groove of whatever you're listening to at the moment.
Yeah, it's like a profound connection with vibration and life, for obvious reasons. But I think music itself, not just from an entertainment standpoint, I think the art and the science of music itself is highly advanced. And I think we're just scratching the surface on its capabilities, for the simple fact that it can affect our mood and our state of mind, and affect our whole cellular membrane. If you touch certain frequencies, to me that's profound, and that just, to me, that's just the beginning of a very advanced science that's already in place. I mean, even down to the, we talking earlier about the golden ear, and how it's like, wow, looking at for rebel ears, and
why is our ears shaped that way? Hold on 1 second. Why is our ears shaped that way? And when you get into the science and the engineering of music is geometry. Music is a formation. Music is form and function, moving, and it's a very specific form and function to our ear, to our inner ear, to the cochlea that sends the signals to our brains to hear harmony or to hear melody. And I want to take music back to that time, to where it wasn't just for entertainment, which I love, but it was also a deep, deep, deep science. So, part of my passion, in music is to explore the science of it, and that's entertaining for me,
Yeah. So, when it comes to that, I do know, try to remember, because we was also talking about, the normal human hearing.
I can barely hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Let's see. Are you using the Bluetooth? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring Raw back in a minute. Seeing about his signal with I guess with the Bluetooth. But like we was talking about from the human hearing. With me, I do know when it comes to the natural human hearing, it goes from 20 to 20,000 hertz, and from there, something over that, it can really rupture your eardrums. All right, there we go. Do you hear me?
There we go. I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I was just talking about the aspect of, listening to the frequencies from 20 to 20,000 hertz. Like, too loud can rupture your ears, and anything lower than that, the normal human can't even hear. So, something else when it comes to the golden ears, I wanted to kind of bring more information on.
So, a lot of some laboratories, like cellular biologists, they use a 5 to 8 hertz to stimulate cellular growth. So there are certain frequencies, especially when it's better known as spatial frequencies, from 432 to 528, and it harmonically increases, that literally stimulate cellular growth and coherence throughout the body, brain, and the whole nervous system. So it's like I said, I see the future of medicine going into aspects of music and resonance and sound and vibration, literally restoring cellular damage and mental damage and nervous damage. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually want to thank you on that, because there's like so much information on that, and there's still so much we are still trying to learn. Like, even when it comes to the the human hearing because it's a wavelength.
Yeah.
So let's say if I clap my hand, it's a wavelength automatically that's forming that triggers a direction towards my ear. Like, let's say if an ambulance is passing by, you don't know exactly which direction because it's a loud wavelength, but it's like, so everybody can hear it. It's coming from all directions, which is crazy. You might think it's coming from in front of you and it's right behind you.
Yeah. But it's crazy how you can see sounds and you can hone in like especially if you're, you know, say you're in a band or you're listening to a track with many different instruments. Yeah. And you can hear if something's out of tune, you know, or you can hear hey, this needs to be a little bit louder to synergize the music or to harmonize it. The way that we hone our focus through sound is through the form of our ear and through the form of our inner ear. Going back to the golden ear, it's a larger spiral embedded into a smaller spiral, embedded into a signaling wave straight to the brain to even perceive, oh, the ambulance is coming from this direction. Oh, this beat is slightly out of tune, or this instrument is slightly out of tune. We need to tweak it this way. So the fact that the precision of the sound, you know, basically the ear is seeing geometry through vibration. And to hone in the focus to see it accurately, it seems like our body and nature is designed around that golden ear to focus the sound into a more harmonic form, you know. So it to me, that's amazing how nature, you know, arranges harmony, you know, through a living body or through the environment around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get more in depth with it and actually, you know, do research and study, you find out the information is out there and it's crazy. Like, so much information, you know, we got Google, we got YouTube, anything you want to learn. There's a video or there's a post about it. So you just got to take the time to, like, check it out. So, hey,
one of my favorite artists, John Coltrane. Yes, he was a scientist. He was not a jazz musician. He was a scientist, and he would incorporate fractals in his music, and basically, like, he would incorporate the circling fifths or the circling fourths to also incorporate quantum physics and relativity and how it all harmonized together. And that's going back to the quadrivium on how, like, music harmonizes so much more. Think about the effect of, you know, music on the world, you know, and how it brings different people all over the world. They say math is a universal language. Well, so is music, because music is math and form and geometry. But that harmony is unlimited. So I go back to when you take it back to the science and how it brings together so many different elements. We're just scratching the surface of an advanced science because it's so pleasing to us, you know, at this point. I think if we bring that science element, we realize, oh, this is far more profound than just sounding good. This is an advanced chemistry, you know, through vibration, resonance, coherence, and harmony.
Okay. Well, real quick, I want to say, you know, thank you for, you know, giving me time to, you know, talk to you, especially when it comes to the golden ear frequency, how it affects us.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
And then hopefully tomorrow we'll link up at Piedmont Park, you know, get a good workout in, man.
That Fibonacci alchemy, you already know.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get more in depth with the Fibonacci alchemy the next time we speak.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I just want to say thank you again for coming in, and I'll talk to you later, all right?
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem. All right, so right now our next guest is Rio. He is the creative director of Fly Hippie. Very, you know, focused individual. I've known him for years, very driven, the type of people you want to be around. So let me go ahead and bring in Rio.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Man, wonderful. Just, you know, bringing a lot of good guests in. I had to bring you in real quick. So go ahead and let them know, about Fly Hippie, how they can get a shirt. I already see you got the Fly Hippie gear on.
I see you got it on too, man. That's
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
love.
Oh, yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, man, we got to get you some more shirts, man.
Yeah, but, let them know, like, it's a family-owned business, like, starting from the ground up,
Yeah. So, just to give a little introduction, I am Brio, one of the founders of Fly Hippie. My other little brother and my older brother, they're the founders also. It's crazy how we came up with the whole Fly Hippie situation, man. I think we was at DSW one day, and everybody was just talking about around us about how fly we were or whatever, how cool we were, how down to earth and loving and caring we are, so everybody looked at us as hippies, I was like, oh yeah, well that's true, but we kind of fly with ours, so that's how we came up with the word Fly Hippie, and we just took off from there, from the music side aspect, my little brother doing all this great music. I'm talking about great music, to the clothing line. Everything is looking up for us. So I'm kind of excited because we got a lot going on. I'll let my brother tell the rest of the story, but from my side, the clothing line, it's pretty much just about, just loving yourself, man. That's where the fly comes from, forever love yourself. Yeah. We try to preach that so much to people, man, because you can't love everybody else if you don't love yourself, man. That's why we really, really stress on loving yourself, man, because people need love in this world. You'll be surprised how many lives you can change, just by bringing love into their world, and there's not a lot of people that receive the type of love that everybody else receives, So if you can just bless one person with that love, a day at a time, man, just imagine how better the world would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and do this for you, because I want you to have the platform to talk about Fly Hippie, the website, anything in that nature. I'll give you like probably 3-4 minutes of that. All right?
Cool.
All right. So I'll be back in a minute. Go ahead and, let them know.
Absolutely. So we do have a website, flyhippieofficial.com. We've been selling out a lot of stuff, so we're very grateful for that. And for everybody that's been purchasing stuff, man, I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you so much on behalf of, Fly Hippie and myself. We really do appreciate it. There's been a lot of people that's been asking about what we're going to do for the wintertime. Just stay patient, be patient with us. We're working on it right now. We're coming up with a whole bunch of designs that we want to go with. And we also test running different materials, because we want to have that best quality. But we want to have the best prices for you as well. So, we're trying to make sure that everything adds up on the line of being able to make it affordable for everybody and make it affordable for us as well. So just stay tuned. I mean, we got a lot of good designs coming out, and they're coming soon. We're going to drop them all in one time. As far as, the music side of things with Fly Hippie, you got my brother working with Rudy Ray on Thank the Three. Great album. The stuff they doing on that album is just, oh man, it's mind blowing. I can't wait for him to drop that. And he also have another album he's coming out with. It's going to be a whole collab with an artist by the name of Gavo Stone. And it's going to be called Live Good. Man, I think that's going to be a crazy album. It's going to be kind of like an Outkast type of album. And you got one guy, which is Gavo Stone, who do the instruments and sing, guitars and all that. Then you have my brother bringing in the fire lyrics, man. I just can't wait for that to come out. I can't wait for y'all to hear it, because I've heard, certain music from them from the past, and man, it was great. Like I said, man, Fly Hippie we all about great positive energy. That's what we love, man, just straight positive energy. You know what I mean? For those who want to shop with us, and be a part of this brand, be a part of this team, man, because we can't do it without y'all. Please go to flyhippieofficial.com. That is flyhippieofficial.com. And we will appreciate every purchase. We'll try to reach out to you and thank you personally, because, it's all love at the end of the day, man. We can't do it without y'all. So y'all who we do it for. So at the end of the day, like I said, man, it's all love. We appreciate y'all so much. And yeah, man, just stay tuned for a lot of great things to come.
Yeah. So another thing, of course, dealing with COVID, because you were somebody who invested in your passion. So I don't know if you got into well, I didn't hear it. So with your I'm trying to remember. It's like a pressing kit. It's like it makes the shirts, right?
Right.
And y'all invested money out of y'all pockets to get that.
For sure. You know, I ain't gonna say how much, but we really invested like we really invest into this brand.
Yeah.
We didn't go out looking for somebody who already had it. We built it from the ground up. From the ink materials, the ink screens, vinyls, everything. Like I said, you know, we purchase our own shirts and our own clothes and come up with our own designs and print out our own, you know, print them all out, you know, pretty much. It was a big investment. We struggled at the beginning. It took us a while to get it off the ground. Like I used to tell Steven all the time. Well, I used to tell Ray all the time how I was gonna come out with this brand, and I wasn't gonna stop until the brand happened. And you know, from looking back then when I used to tell him that all the time to looking at us now, man, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. You know, it's been a couple of people that we did runways for. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm thankful for them because they still reach out to us. We were supposed to do one, I think, right before the COVID, but because of the COVID, we had to slow it down. But it's all good. It's all love. When everything get back to rolling, we'll be right back at it. The clothes not gonna stop though. We're gonna still push those. We're gonna sell those. You know, we're gonna have $10 shirts. We're gonna have $20 shirts. All different type of materials. Just like I was saying earlier, you know, we've been really working on trying to get the best quality material for the best price for our customers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we don't want to hit people over the head. That's not us. That's not what we do. That's not what we like to do. You know what I mean? We would rather everybody be able to share that love with representing our brand, you know, for the best prices possible.
Yeah. So with Fly Hippie, because I know with you, what year was it? 2013 or 14 that you have like started like the idea?
It was 15.
2015.
It was 15. We was talking about it. We was talking about it 14, and I actually started putting in the groundwork at 15. 15. That's when we, like at the beginning of it was like right at the beginning of 15, like middle of January, end of January. That's when we got the LLC, the trademark, and all that good stuff. Like I said, I mean, we really didn't know what to do. We just like, okay, well, we get the LLC, then what? Oh, okay, we get the trademark, then what? But then once we start to really understand how it works, as far as the business, on the business side, that's when everything started to fall in. You know what I mean? Fall in order, fall in line.
So that's something big too when it comes to the trademark, because I know, of course, you have to have your LLC. There was actually a situation I found out that, like, you can have the LLC. Let's say it's called, let's say, Fly Hippie LLC, right? Let's say someone else owned the LLC, but you own the Fly Hippie trademark.
Right.
They can't use Fly Hippie for anything. They can't use the name. They can't use any affiliation, any merchandise that said Fly Hippie. Right. They either gotta give it to you or like discard it. So it's crazy. Like something as small as that, people don't even like think to realize. You really gotta understand the business of it instead of just thinking like, okay, you know, I'm gonna just make some shirts and not getting the LLC or trademarks. You know, you sell 100,000 and then someone bought it, you gotta pay them to use it. It's crazy.
Right. It's crazy. It really is, and a lot of people don't understand that aspect of the business side. You know, I understand everybody want to make shirts or make this and do that and do this. I say before you do any of that, please get the business side in order, because you don't want to go out here and come up with something that's so brilliant, so genius, and then somebody take it away from you. It sucks. You know, we had a battle. We was battling at the very beginning with the whole trademark. Somebody else had Fly Hippies or something like that. They spelled it differently, and they had a Z at the end. And we couldn't really do too much or do as much as we wanted to do until that, like, they settled that, and that took like a whole year for them to dispute that or whatever. So, please just please do the business first. Get your trademark, get your LLC, and then go from there. But trademark, most importantly, please get the trademark. That is very, very, very important. Because when you trademark something, that's for the entire U.S. And when you do LLC stuff like that, that's like statewide. So, it's best to just go ahead and get the trademark first, and then get the LLC. Then you go from there, man. Sky's the limit after that.
So let me ask you this: when it came to the trademark, because I'm still doing research on the aspect of Rebel Ear, how much did it cost to trademark Fly Hippie?
Well, it all depends on. It really depends on what all you trying to do with that trademark. Because like it's certain styles, certain clothes, different things cost more. It just like I said, it depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to go in for entertainment, that's going to cost more than doing clothes. And then if you do want to do clothes, you have to list everything that you want to sell, and that will determine your price as well, your price range. Whether you want to do shirts or just do hoodies or do everything, it's all a different price range. So once you get into the trademark, you can go to uspto.gov and they give you everything. They will run you through everything. Every question you have, every single question you have, they have the answer for. And they'll give you the price range and everything. So I highly recommend everybody go to uspto.gov to actually look in and go through the trademark situation and make sure that you got everything in order.
Yeah. And then try to remember also with okay, so this deals with if you try to get your LLC. So I know with Georgia, the website is like ecorp.sos.ga.gov. So ecorp.sos.ga.gov. And then from there, you can pick, online services. And of course, you got to make an account. And I think an LLC is either 100 or 150 now.
It's actually 100. How much I paid? Because I just did another business. I got another business. So
okay.
Yeah. It came up to like $150, $155.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do know like the annual registration, you gotta pay that annually. If you have an LLC, you gotta pay like $50 every year. If not, then they will take. You can't use.
Correct.
Well, you won't have the LLC no more unless you have to pay to get it reestablished. And I forgot how much that costs. So it's a waste of money.
No, yeah, you're right, man. Hey, man, you got you a business over there, man? You got all the answers, man.
Hey, man, I'm still learning, but like even with the trademark, there was stuff I didn't learn that you just brought to my attention. So I just want to thank you for that, honestly, because day by day, of course, you can like look up anything on Google and YouTube, but if you don't, take the initiative of actually doing it, then you just wasting time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can always, you can research it. You do your research, but I would rather be the person to tell my others, how to actually do it, opposed to having them go on the website and look this up, look that up, and that's what a lot of people are lacking nowadays. Like, if somebody come to me and want that information, who am I to hold any type of information from somebody? You know what I mean? I love to see everybody grow. I love to see everybody do their own business. I just love that. So any information that I can give, I'm more than willing to give it to them. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I love everybody. I mean, you get on my nerves, but, I love you too, bro.
Man, it's been a minute since I've seen you, man. And, congratulations on being an uncle again.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. Little Mirror, man, he is something else. He cries a lot just like his dad. I love him, though. I love him to death, man. But, yeah, man, it's truly a blessing, man.
Who knows? He might, build up on Fly Hippie as, he gets older.
No, absolutely. It would definitely be passed down to either my son, whenever I have one, and then, Amir as well. Any of our family members. You know what I mean? It's a family business, and that's how we want to run it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just blessed and thankful, man. I'm blessed. I'm thanking you for having me on here, man, to be able to share any information that I can. I'm blessed to be alive, man. Thank God, man. Thank the Most High. Because, I just had a situation, you know what I mean? A nice little accident, but
nice little accident.
nice little accident, man. But I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to walk out of it with no major injuries, man. Just internal bruising. Thankful, man. Just thankful.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the next guest, but I just want to say thank you again, Rio. We're gonna be talking, right after the live stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the next one we're gonna actually have some new gear with Fly Hippie that you're gonna present.
Absolutely, man. I got the gear. Yeah, next time I get on, we will have something for you guys. A lot for you guys, actually. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Thank you. FlyHippieOfficial.com. Please go check it out. I mean, we almost sold out of everything, but don't worry, we got more to come. We got more on the way. Love.
All right. So now we're gonna have our next guest come in. This is JB Hoodrich. He is, like, in my opinion, one of the consistent promoters in Atlanta. Like his clientele is crazy. Like just early, I think it was just yesterday, Cassidy had his album released, and it was at his event at OG Hoodrich's new location. And he worked on with like DJ Scream, Future. The list goes on. That was just a few. So let me go ahead and bring him in. How you doing, JB?
Man, what's going on with you? What's going on, Steven? How you doing?
Man, wonderful. Just let them know a little about you, but I do want you to, let them know what you got going on, being a promoter, staying consistent, especially during COVID, and staying safe during COVID too.
Yeah. Well, a little bit about myself. I'm originally from, South Carolina, but, Atlanta is definitely my second home. Been here since 2005. I got off the ground promoting in 2009. I've been doing it a long time, man. I've seen a lot of people right now that's actually on the scene, that's been on the scene. I just decided to step up not too long ago. And I wouldn't call myself a promoter. I would say more of a public figure,
Okay.
When you get JB Hoodrich, you get a network, I don't believe every promoter have a particular network. So, well, they have a particular network, but not, a network, But anyway, so right now, doing Corvette, I would recommend for, if you're not doing it already, for most club promoters, the goal you want to do right now is basically you want to seek a bigger venue, okay? A bigger venue because we have to be able to have the space to be able to throw to throw your parties or whatever. Every section should be sanitized before entry. The whole entire place should be sprayed down. There's no reason why. In my parties, we do have you are allowed to wear a mask. It is not a requirement, but the space that we have, we don't allow a capacity over 150 people. The space is maybe capacity just in one room is probably like 500. Mm-hmm. So, we don't have more than 150 people in at a time. So it's enough, space to give your, 6 feet, what they call it, 6 feet.
Social distancing,
rules or whatever. Yeah. So, right now, y'all got to check me out, Main Strand, every Tuesdays. Y'all have to forgive me, man. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm a beverage manager as well. But you have to check me out, Main Strand Tuesdays. It's a little pop-up shop, right? And this pop-up shop, you can come for shop for anything from your local edibles, all the way down to things like this that I bought for my daughter. This is actually a bow. I'll show you guys real quick. There's different things that we have to offer. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I think I saw the vendor too. It was the Jamaican vendor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know.
You can find little things like this. It's just $5. I bought this for my 5-year-old daughter right here. Okay. It's funny things. We have different boutiques. If you market your own clothes, shout out to Fly Hippie Officials. I see you guys doing everything. I'm trying to actually get them in there. You know what I'm saying? So, we can continue to do, our Black Lives Matter movement, definitely. and support, our brand, because it's a very big thing. We are responsible for 1.2 trillion of the spending of the United States. So I don't see why we shouldn't spend it among ourselves. So Mainstream Tuesdays is what it's all about. So
yeah, I totally agree on that. Yeah.
So definitely come out every Tuesday. Other than that, man, just continue to cover up as you go out. Be careful about touching doors. Keep your hand sanitizer on you. We keep hand sanitizer around every venue that I do. We put hand sanitizer in every place where you can, possibly move. So there's really no excuses why we can't stay clean. Yeah. Just remember to wash your hands when you come out the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. And then with you, because I do know as a public figure, but also being around Atlanta, how do you find the next venue? How do you find this is like the area I want to work with? Because of course it could go from talking to the venue owner to even as quickly as talking to the bartender. How does that work out for you?
Well, I mean, if you believe in, what you're doing, you have to understand what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So I believe a long time ago that I was capable of building a network, and I decided to build that network. But what it consisted of is paying attention to what's in my field. So if I deal with the industry, that involves waitresses, club owners, multiple different things, So I feel like you have to be able to breathe it. You have to be able to. You really have to be able to breathe what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. First rule, if you're serious about what you're doing, you're out doing it every day. There is not one night that I don't go out and hit somewhere of importance where I run into important people to be able to make my moves come to life. So there goes the secret for you right there. If you want to be able to do what you're doing, you have to be able to be in the area of what you love, not just the area of work or whatever. You go to where they are, you be amongst them. And if you continue to do that, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you want to do will come to life. But it's all up to you. It's all about what you want to do, man. So the way I move, you hit my phone right now, type in bartender, you're going to get 100. You know what I'm saying? Club owners, you're going to get about 30. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in those areas to be able to meet some people. You can't be, what's that word, might just have to be bold. You got to speak to people. They don't know unless you're telling them, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as you're moving, please believe if I don't even say anything, you're going to know who JB Hoodrich is before I walk out the room. Because that's who I am. That's what I believe.
Yeah. So and then I'm listening.
No, I mean, and so if you believe in whatever you do in your craft or whatever, if you're breathing it, it'll definitely come to life. You just have to be able to see your vision.
Yeah. And then also with you, consistency is the key, and people don't understand. Yesterday was Cassidy album release, and I saw it was packed, but everybody was wearing masks, and that was a good thing. But it just shows, COVID doesn't have to stop what you're doing, especially if you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you know what you're doing, if you're high risk and you're around, if you live with elderly people, we both know that your chances of stepping out is slim down. So if you do step out, make sure you have the sanitizer in your pocket. They have sanitizer wipes. Keep them in your pocket. Take them with you. Keep a mask on where you go, and just be careful of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about, because of course, you talking about the different venues. I know you're a one-man army, from making sure the door girl's there, making sure the vendors are there, making sure if you're working with another promoter, which is, it happens. If you link with them, security, making sure the venue owner is comfortable, making sure the DJ's there, making sure the host is there, making sure there's alcohol in the building. How are you able to keep all that together? Because that's a lot of different individuals you have to deal with, especially if you're doing this weekly. How do you work that together? That's over 30 people you got to deal with every week.
That's funny you said that. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I guess you just gotta love what you do, man. I really think that's the key in the answer to what you say. You just have to love what you do. Now, eventually, yes, you do have to put people in place to be able to get to the next step. But first, if you don't know how to do it yourself, you have to create it. Then you have to know how to do yourself. Then you have to find people that's like-minded, not want to do what you want to do, that are like-minded, and you put them in position. of what you were doing and allow them to manifest in the areas that they need to manifest in, you know? So, nah, man, you gotta love to do it, man. You know, I've always been good in clutch situations. Actually, my close friend actually called me clutch. Like, I guess I'm always the clutch guy. So, yeah, I always remember, man, follow me. You ever need me, JB Hoodrich? Of course, if you can't find it, I can. Everybody get on that 6 degrees of separation, man. It's a big deal.
And then I also like what you said about, like, if there's something that you're passionate about, of course, you know, stay consistent with it. But even on the aspect of having someone else to do the work for you, outsourcing, that can, like, really lighten the load, especially, like, you as a promoter, you can't do everything yourself. I remember, you know, years ago from, like, events that you started from the ground up, money out of your pocket, there was times when the door girl was late, like, when no one was at the venue yet, you had to watch the door. Or even, like, years ago, I remember one of the bartenders was late, and it was packed. You had to serve, like, the liquor, and then, you know, you had someone else to take your place. But it just shows, like, how humble you are, especially, you know, even being a public figure, things got to get done. You can't just leave it for anybody, because if you do, then if something falls down, in the end, it is your fault, but you don't want to, like, have to depend on other people.
Right. Let me tell you something, and I don't fail. That's why I feel like I'm very good at it. I don't believe in failing. Excuses. I had to learn excuses the hard way, but that word excuses is a big deal. So whether it's late, you know, that's my fault. It's all the people I pick. You know, and it costs to be the boss. I have took losses. I've took $1,000 losses, you know, and it happens, but, you know, you reap what you sow. So I'm not really worried about that. But at the end of the day, Stephen, you're absolutely right, man. It's tough, and it's where you really have to find loyal people. So the only way I feel like you can really find people to work with, find people that are just like you, that believe in what you believe in, and you have to try them. You have to give them a test of loyalty.
Yeah.
After kicking the phone, you have to give them a test of loyalty. And if they don't pass, guess what? On to the next. Because one bad seed can spoil the fucking army. One bad seed, we all know that. Snitches around the world. A person that is a hater around the world have destroyed empires, have destroyed armies, empires. This is off of one person saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. So you got to be careful who you pick. So I've been doing this since 2009. It's 2020. I think my empire is about that time. So I definitely check us out on Edgewood as well, man. We had it's called Cake and Social Bar. They're open a Slutty Vegan right across the street 2 weeks from now. Today's October the 2nd. So yeah, and they will have a bar at this one. But y'all make sure y'all walk across the street to a couple. We got hookahs, whatever. But we got the ping pong. We got everything. We got the game, chess, boards, Jenga, etc. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure you check that out. By the way, I had to throw that.
Yeah. So real quick, you tried the Slutty Vegan before, man?
You know what's crazy? I'm going to try it because it's across the street, and I'm going to be off Edgewood a lot. But the line, and you know, let me tell you something. The line is ridiculous, and I never have enough time in the day to sit in the line that long. I never have that much time in the day to even do that. So, you know.
Yeah, but that even deals with like in the field of your aspect, you know, the promotion of it is crazy enough. It's word of mouth. Like people, I remember there was like a food truck right across from, it was like near South DeKalb Mall, and it was posted on IG. I remember I wanted to try it for the first time, so my wife went there and got us like two burgers. It was vegan burgers, and when she got there, it was a line. It was like 20 people in front of her, and then there was like 10 more people behind her. There was people still coming in for just one food truck.
Yeah. They posted up one in my neighborhood. A couple of neighborhoods. Let me tell you something. From the first day he posted up ever, I bought a slushie. Immediately, black-owned business. I don't know what you're doing, but it looks great. So I brought a slushie, and then every time I roll in the neighborhood every weekend, they're going crazy, man. So yeah, it definitely, word of mouth is like, oh yeah, that's another thing. Word of mouth is bigger than any other social tool. I don't care how many followers you got. I don't care how many flyers you post. That does not mean the people are pulling up. If you are not out here spreading a good word of mouth, which is the #1 promotion skill, word of mouth, don't even think about it. So if you're not out here, man, and you really talking about you want to do something, not out here, man, try again. Put the feet to the ground, pedal to the metal of the ride.
And then what's crazy, because of the word of mouth of Slutty Vegan, do you know the owner has a Rap Snack chip?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know, a close friend of our, you know, my boy J Love. You know him. They're very close. They're classmates, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're very close. They're talking right now. Hopefully, we have a free bar manager in there. Hey, shout out to Slutty Vegan.
Yeah. And then 2 more things I want to talk to you about before I get you off, because I know you still focusing on Monday and Tuesday. You know, the week went by so quick. I was just at the event Tuesday. And
Cassidy came and shot with us.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then, you know, we had Rebel Ears had some alcoholic popsicles to, you know, give out. Gave Cassidy and his team like at least 30. They liked it. It was just on the aspect of just, you know, building that repertoire with somebody. You know, the next time you see him, like, oh yeah, he had popsicle, and things in that nature really like expands the word of mouth, because, you know, it was just a random idea that YL and I came with, just making some popsicles, not even thinking on the aspect of it. A lot of people are wanting it, but that's just something that deals with the word of mouth. So the 2 questions for you, JB, I wanted to ask you, like, if someone wants to get in touch with you, right? Of course, you know, your IG is on here. How would somebody, if they had like an opportunity, how would they present it to you if they want to like have you promote for their venue? What would they have to do? Of course, they could DM you, but, you know, since you are here, what would they be able to do to like speed up the process?
Well, if you're going to approach me or anybody when it comes to, or that's about something to try to make something happen, I think the first rule is stick to the rule of business. It's called, I believe, the elevator step. I believe you have 30 to 60 seconds to explain what you're trying to do, what you're going to do, what you're all about. And if it sounds good, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to work with you. If it sounds like you scattered and over the place, then, you know, I'll talk to you when you get it together. I just had a young man last night. He came to me trying to purchase a DVD. And I watched his performance. Well, he came to me with this DVD, and I was interested in the DVD, but the problem was it was written in marker. Like, literally written in marker in the drawing. And I'm like, bro, I said, bro, you can't present, you know, I didn't tell him who I was. I was like, bro, you just can't present this to just anyone, bro. Yeah. Like, it has to be hard copy, press copy. Like, how do I know you're serious about this, bro? Like, this is a game to you. You know, people out here taking it serious. They're hard on money and investing in who they are, and you're taking markers, and you're writing on the CD, trying to sell it or ask for a donation. Wait, you come to your business, you come correct. You serious? Everybody don't look each other in the eye, because the trust thing is real. We look in your eyes to either check out to see what type of motherfucker you are, or we're looking in your eyes to see because we probably want to do business with you. And if I look you in your eyes and I see good, I might want to do some business, but I look in your eyes, it's like, you're like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then what the artist can do instead of a CD, because of course everybody knows, like, we're in the streaming era, something that you can do instead of giving a person a CD, give them, like, not even a regular business card. Like with me, I have square business cards, right?
Right.
Because you normally don't see that. But let's say you try to present this. Let's say what the front side says, flip it over and check it out. It might be a QR code with your logo at the bottom. What's the QR code? Automatically, it's going to raise that conscience, like, okay, this is a mystery. I want to see exactly what it's about. It's, you know, playing on to a person's interest. If someone clicks the QR code, it could have been that DVD. That automatically, that would have been like, okay, let me check this out. He just gave me this card. It doesn't say exactly what it is, but it says to check it out. Automatically, business card. Right. You just pass it out. Don't even have to say anything. Hey, JB Hoodrich, if you have time, I just want to give you this. This is it. Here's my card. Whenever you have time, that's it. Automatically, you're like, okay, he didn't waste up my time, because, like, you wasting a person's time. Like, even if it's for 1 minute, that's 1 minute they could have been focused on, like, getting something done. You kept that, like, what I just presented was like, what, 10 to 15 seconds right there. Actually, I think that was less than 10 seconds. Right. I got your attention. Hey, JB, real quick, here's my card. Check this out whenever you're free. That's all I want you to do. Check it out whenever you have time. Automatically, that was like 8 to 10 seconds of engagement that shows that, one, you're driven. 2, you're not taking up his time.
Right.
Or 3, you giving him the time to at least check out what you said to him. He might check it out, he might not.
Right.
I actually saw this video of Kato on the track. He actually it was a guy who presented him a CD, like, hey, here's my CD. The CD had a $20 bill on it. And he gave it to him. Automatically, like, okay, he's paying me to hear it, but he didn't insinuate that. He put the $20 as a way of letting him know, like, I know.
There's different strategic ways of approaching it. There's different, there's different ways, you know what I'm saying? Just don't be on the same wave as everybody else. But like, as far as approaching, there's a million different ways you can come at somebody to catch their attention. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being on some business, it's just like, if you come and, come correct, have it together.
Yeah, of course.
That's pretty much it.
And honestly, that's a big way to get your attention. Like, if someone had like the DVD with the $20 bill to you, you're like, you know what? I am going to check it out.
Yeah, I'm all about putting money in people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? So, person trying to put some money in my pocket, you might have my interest. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, it does. Especially
that means you're paying my time to invest in, something that you got going on. I might be willing to, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that I know that you're willing to put some money behind it, yeah, we'll definitely sit down.
Okay. So the last question I do want to ask you, because it deals on the aspect of engagement, like trying to get in touch with you, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, you're at the event with the new client you're working with, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is something like, okay, your first time going with the new client in the venue, right? It's not even open yet. What are some of the things you're looking for before it opens up?
Well, presentation is everything, so we're looking for the background. Like, a lot of things are themed, and some places come built different, so sometimes you got to go off the theme. But for me, for the most part, I believe in quality over quantity, so I'm always looking for a nice little elegant setup, something nice. Like the new spot we have, everything, I like to use the word wood grain. Everything is wood grain, and when the light hit it, it's so cozy and comfortable. Anybody's going to want to come sit down and have a hookah in this particular spot, Yeah. So it's all about the setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I went in and checked out the spot yesterday, I was looking at how many tables we could sit because of COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at, okay, so boom, we can put 6 tables right here comfortably without anybody complaining. You have to be able to consider the people what they like. In order to do that, you have to be out here to understand it. Should have been a sociologist, bro. But anyway. But yeah, bro. So so basically, you really have to pay attention to the type of concept you want to bring to this spot. And then you have to look down the street and around the corner and see, like, what it has to offer. Like, what's next to it, Is there a club down the street? What am I competing with? You know what I'm saying? How far is the closest bar? You know what I'm saying? Where are places that I can go promote in this area? Like, you got to look at every little, it's a lot of things to look at when it comes to scouting a space, trying to make it comfortable to people, And if you really realize, you pay attention to your customers, if you're a real promoter that's into taking care of your people, not a gaudy promoter, then you will hear at the end of the night, I love this space. I love this place. And then that's when the money comes, how much it costs to rent out. And then we have business, So, however you choose.
Yeah, I do believe that too. When it comes to, like, how you were saying, there's wood grain at the new location you're at, it automatically triggers, like, okay, this would be a nice setup for a hookah. Like, the atmosphere itself can sell itself.
Right. Yeah. Now, on the other end, there's a place connected to it now. Now, this place is way more urban. Matter of fact, I really believe some of the street artists that do the stuff on the Beltline have their names engraved in a window at their spot or whatever. But it's pretty nice, but it's very urban. I automatically see a different crowd, like right next door. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in everybody socializing. I believe in all ethnics coming together. So I believe the situation that we have will bring, everyone together based off of the scenery that it has to offer.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. And then, like, I remember we was walking down East Atlanta Village one night, and we saw, like, people just spray painting, like, different artists. Like Key Glock had his name spray painted on the ground. Sway Lee, Alicia Keys.
I seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. See, that's
that's a different level of branding. It's crazy, and a lot of people will automatically look at it, go on their phone later on in the day, and they'll just randomly like listen to Alicia Keys or Sway Lee because it triggers something you're not, normally seeing. Is there anything else that you want to present to everybody? Let them know of all your events and what's coming up before you head out.
I mean, anybody looking for booking at Hoodrich Films, make sure you give me a call. All artists, event space for anything, weddings, whatever you want to do. I have Main Strand Tuesdays is member only. You have to contact me through JB Hoodrich on Instagram. That's at JB Hoodrich, one word. Or you can contact the Main Strand page. That is MAIN Strand, STRAIN, Tuesdays. Main Strand Tuesdays. And, it's a members only situation. So you might message me and I will send you the details only. Over. Excuse me. So besides that, I have nothing else for y'all. I'm trying to, I just got off. I ain't been sleeping. I'm tired. I'm jittery. It's time for me to lay it down, bro.
All right, man. Well, I want to go ahead and say thank you for coming on. Tell me your time to talk about, being a public figure in Atlanta, working with different, venues and, just building from there. So, again, thank you, man.
Oh, no problem. No problem. All right, I'll take it easy, man.
And I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
All right. Okay, so that was JB Hoodrich of Hoodrich, the film. So the next guest is our last guest. We're going to have the DJ Wav coming up soon. But automatically, I do want to talk about the template that I'm going to be presented at the end of the live stream. So this template is basically a basic Pro Tools stock plugin template. So automatically, you can open it up, go on Pro Tools, and use it from scratch, right? So in the template, you're going to have your vocals. I included verse. Okay, I'll start from the beginning. So you have your 2-track. That's your 2-track is the beat that's all compressed. It's not everything individually, like your kick, snare, hi-hat. That could be another template that we're going to be releasing soon. But this one is going to have its 2-track track. It's going to have verse 1 track, verse ad-lib, verse 2 track, verse 2 ad-lib. Then we have the hook 2, hook ad-lib. And then we also have stock track, stock 2, and then an extra track just for, if you punching in, recording, want to say something. It helps out, especially during the session. I've seen it so many times. And then from there, when you go to the aux, we have your box aux, which goes to the verse 1. You got your box 2, which goes to your verse 2 aux. You got your hook aux, and then you also have, if I'm correct, an extra aux. If I label it that way, you'll see it's very simple to use. And then you also have your reverb aux, your delay aux, you have your instrument aux, and your drum aux. Depending if you have more than a 2-track, you can import the whole track out, and then you can go ahead and bust all those drums to the drum aux or all the instruments to the instrument aux. You also have your All Pro aux, which is your all production that deals with your instruments and drum. It's already linked to the production. And then when it comes to the 2-track, it's already sent to the all production aux. And then your verse, your box 1, 2, hook, reverb, delay, your extra aux, and then your all pro aux automatically is linked to the sub master aux, and your sub master aux is going straight to the master. And it's a very easy template to use because everything is in there. It's all factory default, so all the EQ and the compressors, the reverb and the delay, the limiter, it's all factory default, so it's nothing added. I didn't put any presets in there. It's going to be separate, but with the template, like I said, it's to get the session up and running. One thing though, just to let you know, since it is a mixed template, I didn't add like the quick punch track to automatically record because that's something else different in itself. But like I said, as soon as you open it up, it'll be easy for you to mix on. So while we're waiting for our last guest to come in, like I like you see, all the websites, the Instagram, social media, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, podcast, and I believe that's all of it. Nope, we also got Twitter. We also going to be starting a Twitch account in the near future. But as you can see, this is everything that we have together for people who's trying to link up. The next thing we have is the free mixing template that I just talked about. It is for Pro Tools only, so you can't use it for Logic or Facebook. No, Logic or Fruity Loop. So it's downloadable. You can download it at the end of the live stream. I might make it, might just put it on the website at the end of the live stream, or like probably 6, 7 o'clock to give people time to let others know about it. We also going to have, give me 1 second. We also going to have the website has the ebook. So the ebook is the one I created, 10 Quick Tips to Be a Successful Audio Engineer. And I created it myself from, it shows you exactly, make sure you have a hard drive with you anytime you in a session, because you never know if you need to pick up whatever you left at the session. You never wanted to leave it for the next person that you might not trust, because honestly, anytime you go into the studio, you should always delete whatever you're working on during that session and put it on your hard drive. Never trust another engineer or producer or artist or the owner to have your product. Make sure you leave with what you brought in there. It could be something you recorded, something you produced. It's still yours. Make sure you have it. And then from there, I also talked about, let me see what else I had in the book. It's been a minute since I've read the book, but it also talks about making sure that you have everything ready during the session, from, having 3 hard drives. I already said, bring your hard drive to the studio, but make sure you have another hard drive, one that you keep at home, you never bring out, a second one to back up everything, and a third one you travel with. But in the end, you put everything on that hard drive you never let leave at home, just so if anything happens to 1 or 2 hard drives, you really don't have to worry about it. So that's something, a good tip, especially if you thinking of actually, traveling with your hard drive. I don't travel with mine at all, for the aspect of, if you just have one hard drive and you bring it everywhere and then it breaks, what are you going to do then? And then, get ahead of the artist that you're working with at the studio, making sure that if you're going to get to the studio, you're going to go ahead and open everything up. If you have a template like this mix template, you can go ahead and book a session today and use that template with the artist. But if you're going to be recording them, then of course you're going to have to make another track itself to record on. So that might be something I implement on the next template that we have. Anytime, even when you're mixing, you might want to just go ahead and punch in something real quick to work on. Have that up there. Make sure you get paid through every session, because there's times when I work with artists who they use a credit card, and I'm like, okay, it should be okay to use, and then finding out that it bounced, and then I have to come out of my pocket to pay the studio, because they trust me to make sure whoever I'm working with, in the end, I make sure they get paid. Even if it was my own session, the studio still got to get paid. And then from there, you also got to make sure to record everything. Artists, engineers, producers working as engineers. If you working with an artist, make sure you record everything, because there might be something that you miss. You'd be surprised. Like, there's so many artists who, like, okay, good example. I'll be in a session, and I'll tell them, like, we're going to do a practice run just to get your vocals right. And they'll be in the booth, and they'll just be, recording, and they'll be like, oh, man, I like this segment right here. I wish you would record it. I'll automatically tell them, oh, yeah, I already got it. They'll be like, oh, really? Because they think it's a test run, not knowing for a fact that, it could be, put on the the next single. You never know. It could be something as small as the intro or outro saying like, you know, here you go, or that's it. You know, things. Okay, good example. Future song. I don't know why this came up. His song March Madness. You know, he started off saying, "Dress it up and make it real for me." That was the intro. That was just something random, but it works out. And then, you know, one more tip on the book: reference a track. Anytime you listen to something, recording, mixing, mastering, always listen to something on the radio just so you can have the understanding and consistency of it. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and bring in DJ Wade, a great friend of mine, always consistent, even during COVID, staying safe. So let me go ahead and bring him in right now. What's up, Wade?
Hey, man. What's up, man? You know, out moving about right now, man.
I see you got the mask on, but you always be moving around, man. So what's going on?
Man, you know, right now we're getting ready for tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got a party at Monaco, Mixed Fridays.
Yeah.
Just prepping for that right now, you know what I mean? And I'm grabbing some liquor. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you know, of course, you setting the vibe. You got to make sure you good.
Yeah, say it again?
Yeah, because you always setting the vibe, so you got to make sure you're good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But this isn't for me. Making sure some other people my guests are taken care of tonight. But yeah, you know, we're going to have a good time tonight, man, always, man. And whenever I'm DJing, man, you know, it's a movie.
I respect that. Honestly, I might be able to come through. I'm trying to think exactly. I think there is a session tonight, or I might be stopping by at the studio. But if I do get a chance, man, I got to come and, you know, show love because, like, even with COVID, it did not stop the grind.
Right, facts. Yeah, I was doing even you know, Wavy. I was doing a thing called Wavy Wednesdays, where I was letting artists tune in, and I would rate their song live, you know, on IG.
Yeah.
I was also doing the virtual '90s R&B concerts. That was you know, that's something else I was doing as well during quarantine. So, you know, you know, even during quarantine, you got to continue to network, man. You can't stop the you know, the grind. And now that as soon as it was over, I mean, I was just booked, man, like 5 days a week, man, you know? Like, as soon as things are opening up, man, it was like go time, like immediately.
Yeah. And I be telling people that, like, you can't let COVID, you know, stop the flow of things. You got to either research something new, take time into, like, working on your craft, do something instead of just streaming, watching Netflix and Hulu all day.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I had like 2 days, I just like had like a streaming marathon like crazy. But other than that, every week I have like goals set aside, making sure I'm getting things done.
Yeah, bro. Like, and that's good, bro. Like, you know, I don't say it enough. We don't say it enough to each other, but definitely proud of you, dog, for being so consistent and adamant about your platform and helping artists and just helping people, dog. Like,
thank you.
You've been solid since day one, Steve. You know what I mean? So, hey, bro, I got to salute to you, dog. Matter of fact, I got the '90s R&B karaoke shirt on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I know you've been rated. Are you still doing the Wavy Wednesday?
So good. I got good news for people that are on the show. If they don't know, I'm kicking off my podcast back next week.
Nice.
And it's actually going to be every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It's going to be featured on Holly Unique Radio. It's also going to be on iTunes podcast. You'll be able to check it out on iTunes, Apple Music. It's going to be
Spotify, all that.
Yeah. The playlist. It's going to be on. It's going to be a live podcast. And it's going to be, you know, everywhere. Yeah. So and we're kicking it off next Wednesday. So make sure y'all tune in. You'll see some flyer and promo and stuff real soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. I can't wait too. So, a few things, because I know you're trying to get everything ready right now. I'm probably just need like a few more minutes of your time. So,
hey, it's all good, bro. I'm chilling, man. Like, it's a good day outside.
Oh yeah, it is beautiful. I'm actually about to soak up in the sun right after this live stream. But like, let's say if someone wants to book you, right? Not just anybody. Like, if someone's seriously on booking you, but I do know like your days are like busy. You've been like booked at different venues. How can someone, like, if they want DJ Wade, what would they have to do?
if they wanted to book me, all they have to do is just hit me on Instagram. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So if they can, if you need to book me on, man, I have my number. My business number is 770. I mean, it's in my contact information on Instagram. So
I already put your IG on there too. So anybody who wants to hit you up, just go to DJ Wav on IG. And if you're serious,
I have a link tree of all my information, so they can hit me up on there. Has all my social media handles, so they can just go wherever to contact me. I'm pretty reachable. Email is there as well. So they can that's how they can do it. Just Instagram and social media for the most part. My website is on the way, djwav.net. And I also have an app coming soon. Don't tell
what? Oh, don't tell nobody.
I just gave some gems to your fans or whoever's on tuned in right now.
That's great.
It's gonna be huge, man. Within the next 6 to 9 months is coming. So,
the thing that I got so far in the near future is, gifts. I made a few. I think I sent you one just to see it. Did you get it?
No, you sent me a what now? What was it?
GIFs. Different random videos of someone pointing or doing stuff like you can put on Instagram.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send it to you actually, so you can see it. But that's something I am working on because I do know, of course, being consistent, especially like IG stories. Like you just randomly seeing that one person on every IG story, you're gonna automatically like see the name, see the face, and then that's how you build it. So, yeah. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to send it to you now because it probably won't be out for another week. I'm getting Henry to help me with it. He showed me exactly how to make your own.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Henry with the 3.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Henry. Yeah, I'm probably going to be linking up with him either this week or next week because I do know he's been working with some major artists. I can't even put it out there, but it's just crazy. And like every major artist that he's been working with been on his production. And it's crazy. I can't speak much into it, but let me see. Let me just put it this way. I'm not going to use the name, but he was working with an artist, right? And he recorded, mixed, and mastered the whole project. And then he produced like 1 or 2 songs. And he didn't sign no contract with the major.
Wow.
So it's all his. They have to get through him because he owns everything. And that's just crazy on the aspect of understanding the business of it. As soon as you sign that contract, they can do whatever.
Yeah.
But I am going to be linking up with him. And then we got to get over there, too. Kick it with Chase, seeing what he got going on.
Yeah. I just spoke to him earlier. So, we're about to drop some hot stuff. And we've been loading up with Chase. So, he's on the way. He's coming. A couple more artists on the way. They're dropping real soon. I'm actually working on a project myself.
What?
So, yeah. I'm probably gonna drop a single, one of the first singles, probably December.
Yeah.
Look out for that first DJ Wav song. You know what I mean? It's gonna be me featuring. I'm not gonna say the name yet.
Yeah.
But it's on the way, and it should be around December. You know what I mean? So.
Right after the live stream, you just gave me an idea. I'm gonna call you on. I'm not gonna say it on the live stream because this is I think this could be a great idea. But on the aspect of your event, so let them know your week consists of because I know you have an event tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for sure. So Wednesday nights, man, if you're in Atlanta, Wednesday nights I'm at Penthouse ATL. That's right off of Beaver Highway. It's formerly the old Arif Lounge. And it's right off Notre Hill, Beaver Highway. We call that Wild Wednesday. We got great food specials.
Yeah.
Great hookah specials. Great drink specials. Pull up on me on Wednesday, man. It's definitely lit. Friday night, I'm at Monaco ATL, downtown Atlanta, off Trinity Avenue. We got some bottle specials, section specials, and this is an overall good party. Been loaded the last 5 weeks. So definitely pull up on me if you're in the city tonight. Saturday, I'm at Ice Bar Atlanta on the south side, okay, with View 103. Growing and sexy, bring your heels out, and we partying though at the same time, you know what I mean? And Mondays I'm in a new place called Privilege Lounge, ATL. It just opened up. And you'll start seeing some promo from there, Steve. It's a new spot. So yeah. About 4 days a week, man, we working, you know what I mean? And all the other days my studio is open. So anybody needs recording time, Oh, I need to get with you about those panels, Steve. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we get a second, I need those panels, man. That door built. So.
Oh yeah. Let me know how many panels you need. I can go ahead and whip up something.
Yeah, for sure. But studio is definitely up and running. So if y'all need studio time, of course you can hit my boy Steve. He loaded over there too.
Yeah.
And I do a little mix myself. So hey, we just working, bro, every day.
Yeah. And the last thing I will say, because of you, because when I was just starting out, when I was going to school at SAE, I was interning at Castle Hill Studio, and that's where I met you.
Right.
And you actually let me sit down in one of your sessions. I remember I told you I created my first preset from the C4 multi-band compressor unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you for opening that door, because who knows? If it wasn't for you just allowing me to be in that session and just soaking up what I was learning through that session, who knows where I would be right now. So you really helped me to get to where I am right now, man. I thank you.
Hey, bro. Hey, that's love, bro. And I mean, we can go into another interview about all the stuff I done did. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a minute. Yeah.
That's gonna be like an hour show in itself. But I appreciate you, dog. You know what I mean?
No problem.
It's all love, dog.
Yeah. So again, thank you for coming on the live stream. Giving me some of your time. And like I said, I'm gonna hit you up right after. All right.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, so that was DJ Wav. So as you can see, we had a lot of special guests, from Steve Hybicki to Bill Zimmerman, Rob Pyramidion to DJ Wav, JB Hoodrich to Rio. So I just want to say, thank you for everybody who was a part of it, because, from everybody who was a part of it, watching the video, all the guests, it was a lot of people who helped me to be where I am today, learning about, how to work a venue like JB, or starting your own company like Rio, or being consistent at different venues like DJ Wav, to understanding different programs from Bill Zimmerman, to, even being a multi-platinum mixing engineer like Steve Hybicki, and understanding, how to, work on your ears, the frequencies, working on yourself physically, like Rob Pyramidion. So I do want to thank all my guests for coming on live to the first Rebel Ears plugin, but I also want to tell everybody when it comes to the mixing template. So it's going to be Ray stock mix template. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the website. So it's not going to be like a link, or it's going to be on Instagram or anything. I'm actually going to put it on rebelears.com. You can go click on the packs and freebies. I'm going to load it up in the next, let me see, it's like 5 o'clock right now. So if you want to go ahead and download the free stock mix template, go ahead and go to rebelears.com, go to the packs and freebies section or product, and it'll be up by around 8 o'clock tonight. And it's going to be free for everybody who's watching, anybody out there. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who had a chance to watch the video, listen to the live stream. And thank you for all the guests for coming on. And this is Ray of rebelears.com. Just want to say thank you for everybody listening, and keep tuning in.